Yes, so we starting in a few. Okay, so we are going to begin. Um, I'm not going to keep us here for long. I'm just going to begin and hope that you have your software ready so that you can get started. Um, Good evening and welcome, all of you. I'll be taking you through Photoshop, and I intend it to be short. I'm not going to keep us here for long, as I had mentioned. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to create my artboard. And when you open Photoshop, this is the interface that you get. So I'm just going to click new. Yeah, so if you have not worked with it, you're not going to have this recent project. You're going to have something like this. But if you um, don't see this, we're going to change the workspace in the Windows tab. So don't worry if you don't see that. So click new, and then I'm going to customize the size of my artboard to be 1080 by 1080. This is because I intend to share it online. So, but if it is um, a different platform that you intend to design for, then you're going to specify depending on the standards. If it is Instagram, it has its own the standards, so that your design is not going to be compressed, and in the process the pixels will be lost. So for you to ensure that you have a quality design when you share them, ensure that you have the exact um, artboard size. So with that, I'm going to click 1080 by 1080, then I'm going to click create. After that, I'm going to be inserting the images that I intend to use. So I'm just going to click file. But before that, let me take you through the interface so quickly. So you're going to have this interface, but this interface, it's good for you to check where you are at, because you can have the photography interface, painting, motion, graphic and web, 3D, essential, default. So because you're working on graphics, then you're going to switch our workspace to graphics and web. So I'm just going to click Windows and then graphics and web like that, and then I'm going to have this interface. So after that, let me take you very fast through the interface. So the first thing that you get there is file. And then you're going to have several things here. That is open, import and export. They're so simple as any other software. The file, edit, you get several tools here. You get to use them as we progress. So in the layers, so it is so important for you to know that in this software you'll be working with layers very much. So it's good for you to have a grasp of what layers do. The next thing is type, and here you get to customize your type, or your words. You're going to be mostly editing them in this type tool. Select this, so you get to select your subjects, and then in the filter tab is where you get to apply effects on the 3D, or you can convert your vector images or vector words to 3D. In the view, you get to view, to zoom out, to do any other kind of thing that you need to view. Then you can add your plugin, but if your machine is not that strong, make sure that you don't add a lot of plugins, so that your computer don't drag. In the windows, you get to change the workspace and any other thing that you may want it to be added into your workspace. You can be able to, for example, if I need to add color to my workspace, I'm going to click there and it's going to appear here. But for now, I don't need it, so I'm just going to close it. So yeah, it's good for you to customize your workspace depending on your preference. So with that, the next thing that I'm going to do is to now insert my images. Yeah, so I'm going to insert my images. So I'm just going to where I have downloaded them, and then I'm just going to select them. I'm just going to try and open. Let's open it in another way. So you can also drag your images to your artwork, and I think that is what I'm going to do here so that I can get to preview them. The first thing that I'm going to insert is this and then I'm going to insert it there, click outside and then click like that. And then I'm going to remove the background, so I'm just going to ensure that it's open, then click properties, click it again, we go back to it. I think I need to open it as Muchina. To select the one that I need, put it to normal, and then I'm going to, so I'm waiting for the background to be removed, then I'll be able to drag it to my Canva. Yes, so be patient with it as like that. Now I have a PNG image, then I can cross the previous one. I don't need it anymore. I just close it, and then this one I'm just going also to remove the background. Cross this one, I don't need it. So on this one I drag it on this one, so I have a set of delete that, This one I'm just going also to remove the background. So that is how you get to remove the background. So the first thing is you unlock your image and then you go to properties and then you will find a quick action there that says remove background. But if you don't have the newest version of Photoshop, then you can remove it manually. So I'm just gathering my images. I'm going to drag it where I go to the next one. I think I need it also. Just going to remove background. So the first thing is correcting your asset or gathering them in one place, and then you'll be able to use them with much ease. Uh, just going to use it later. So this one I need to delete that. Then this one, remove background. You have to be patient. Uh, like that, it's done. Then I'm just going to drag it here, and then I'm going to be having a correction of my assets which I'll be using. So I don't need this one. I'm just going now to place the images where they need to be. Drag the brush to this, press Ctrl T to transform it freely. So those are not all the assets that I'll be using, but let's press first these assets and then we will bring the other ones. So then Ctrl T and then resize them. So for this image, I want to flip it to be in the other direction. Now the thing I'm going to do is to select it and then click flip, and then I can be able to flip it like that. If I feel like I think it will serve the purpose, but if I can also flip it again, and for that Okay, so I'm just going to press it behind now this image. So I'm just going to reverse and then press it behind here like that, and then I can be able to press it behind that. Yeah, so now I'm going to press it there like that. um, the next thing that I'm going to do is to bring the other assets, and then I'll be able to cross this one, and then I'll bring the other assets that I may need. So keep watching, and if you need to share this, you can share, not limited to that, so you can share. So the last thing that I'm going to be pressing is this. So whatever we have done is only to trace our images where we need them, all the assets, and then we'll be able now to continue from that point. I'm just going to put them there. I think I have now used every asset there, so I think I can cross this one, yes, and then can save them assets, then click save. Next thing that I'm going to do is to cross them, then I'm going to open another image also. Those ones, move background. So as we did earlier, so I'm going to correct the second set of assets, and then I'll continue. So these images, you can access them in on Pinterest or Freepik. So if the image is distorted, then you can be able to add those parts that you need. You just need to go to select and then select mask, then you can be able to add those parts. So I'm going to be adding that stem that has been removed here. All right, this, and then I'll remove the parts that I don't need that have been added also. I think removing the parts are so much easier than adding, so I'm just going to add to that point. Then I'm going to click subtract here, then reduce the size of the brush to something like 2. Then I'm going to remove this part like that. Sure you don't touch the part you may not want to remove. Then I'm going to remove the other part also. Like that. I click OK, and then I'll be able to drag it to the next artboard here. Press it there, Control T, resize it, drag that. But I need it to be behind now these assets. This is why you need to know how to work with layers. Now I'm going to drag it down to there, and then I'm going to press it somewhere there. Can work with this press, and then bring this down here, then this one also, and then this one also there, somewhere there. And then the next thing that you need to do is ensure it's realistic. So I'm just going to press it there and which is building. We may press it at the back and then press these vehicles here. So let's see, move background. So let's wait for it to remove the background. After that is done, I'm just going to remove the objects that I don't need in this image. So I'm just going to select and mask. Go back to select. Just going to click OK. I'm going to select this image here, then select and mask again. I'm going to remove those parts that I don't need. I'm just going to click the minus here. Then the part that I don't need, like that one, I'm just going to remove it. This one also I don't need it. I don't need these two. Just remove them. Also don't need these ones. I'm just going to remove them like that. What I can do is add the part of the shop there. Click there. Add around that ring like that. Add again like that. Ensuring that you don't add the unnecessary stuff. So like that, I'm going to click OK. I think I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to select it, drag it to the part that I need to use it. And I'm going to click Ctrl T to transform it. And I'm going to press it there, then drag it down. I'm going to press it there, like that. And then the next thing that I need to do is I'm not done it adding my images, so I'm going to check which ones I need. And several images here. So I'm going to add that hatch. Also this one, I think let's drag it here. We have noted it, so I think let's open it so that we can remove the background. Open, and then I think it's this one. Click open, then remove background. So unlock it and then remove background like that. Now I'm going to get to my poster and then press it somewhere there. Control T, and then I'm going to enlarge it like that. Like that. So I'm going to select this building and then I'm going to blur it so that my images, the rest can be clear. So I'm going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then I'll be able to use it just a bit somewhere there. Then click OK. So let's allow it to load. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to add the last thing, that is a bit logo, and then we can now start typing as we continue. So if you have any query, make sure you can leave it there and then we get to respond to it. Yeah, so I'm just going to add the last image and allow it to load, and then add that image, and then we type and then we get to finish it. And the next thing that I'm going to do is to insert that image. I'm going to select two, that one and then click open. I want that. I think I needed this one. I'm just going to remove back. Yeah, like that. I'm going to select it, press it here. Then I'm going to close this one. I don't need it. So just close it. This one I don't need it anymore. Then this one I also feel like I don't need it in my design, but I might need it. Let's try to remove background and see where we can use it. Just going to unlock it and then remove background. Control Z. See, it's hard to remove the background for that. I'm just going to close it. I don't need it. So for this one, I need this search. I'm going to press it there. And then resize it. So with that, then I'm going to resize the size of this image like that. So like that. And then since we have used yellow, is going to maintain that those ones to be the brand colors. Like that. So the next thing that I need to do is to now start typing. So click T or Shift T or Control T, and then you can type. So my scratch card is full, so I don't think there is any other image that I need from this part. I'm going to select all of them and then shift L like that, and then I'm going to continue. I'm going to try and remove some few things here so that it can continue. So I'm going to try and type. I'm going to type there. center. Then I am going to place it there. So marking. Click T. Like that. And then so place it in the center. You just need to select the canva and then you select there. Press it at the middle. Then I'm just going to select this one. I don't need this shade of color, so I'm just going to select this one. And then I think this one would work for us like that. After that, the next thing that I will add here is just a transparent thing, the shape, which I will light all the services. So come and press it here, Control T, and then you transform it the way you want it to be, like that. And then I'm going to reduce the opacity, so remove the stroke, and then make it white, and then remove the opacity. Now I'm going to make it blue actually. So this one, and then select it, go to layers, opacity, let's reduce the opacity. So I'm going to make it to be rounded corners, like that. Select it again, increase the size of corners again and again. See how it's going to be, like that. I'm going to press it there. I'm going to write all the services. I'm just going to create a prompt. Let me access those information and then we press it there. So I'm just going to select all this information and then I'm just going to copy paste here, then Control T, transform them freely like that. Click enter. And then press them there. Change the font color to white or black. Let's try black now. But let's work with white. I think it's better. So I'm just going to zoom there. Then I'll be removing the one that I don't want. So I'm just going to press it there like that. I'm just going to add an effect to those words so that they can have a bit of contrast. So sure, so everything is center right, and then so it's going to press this one here like that, and then select these words, go to change them to some semi-bold like that, select this one and then semi-bold again, and then go to FX, that is effect, add a drop shadow. Now we're going to reduce the opacity of the drop shadow depending on how you see it and how you prefer it. This one is going to be that size, and then I think I'm contented with that. So I'm going to click OK, then click the other part, and then you add a drop shadow, and then I'm going to distribute it, and then I'm going to click OK like that. So I'm going to select this shape again, increase the opacity a bit like that, and then I'm going to write the location here. Select your type tool like that. Then increase the size of it, enter. Here like that. So it's going to change the color to black. Click OK. Then I'm going to select this one to like that. And now finally I'm going to add my number there. So with that I think everything is set. I'm just going to press it there. Change this to regular and make it to be 72 or 90. Let's make it 90. Then this part also make it 90, and then we're making it also select it again, making it regular like that, and that I think we are good to go to get started with Photoshop. So if you have a query, you can type it there and then I get to respond to it. So, and with that, we come to the end of this. So the last thing that before we end that I'm going to do is to add effects to my poster, that is brightness and contrast. So I'm going to shift now the workspace to bottom, and then select brightness and contrast. And I'm going to add brightness like that, and then add some contrast like that, and then so I'm just going to press this one to be down here, not on top of my words or letters. Just add it there like that. Then color balance. I'm going to make it like that. Yeah, so that I think we're good to go. That's so the next thing that I'm going to do is to export my my design. So I'm just going to click File, then click Export, Export as, So click export exporters, then you can get to export your work to where you need it. So with that, allow me to thank all of you who made it